The whale series is back thanks to a lot of demand that I got for the past few months where people were asking when the next whale series video is going to come out. Well, what better way to start than by starting with Ukr0n, somebody who's already in Sky, so easily accessible, and he's unlocked a bunch of things that would make this a quite interesting video for us all. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, join our Discord, and also follow us on Instagram so you always have the support that you need to really enhance your account and get yourself to the next level. Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. So this is another one of the whale series videos. I had stopped doing the whale series because, I thought it was getting a little repetitive, but a lot of people kept asking when I'm going to make the next one. So I thought, you know what? There's been a bunch of new stuff that's out and there's a lot of those things that perhaps a lot of us can't see yet because they're locked for us, but people like Ukr0n and other whales, they might have unlocked them and we might be able to get a good look at them through his account. So let's get started with the whale series. Firstly, a short intro on Ukr0n. Everyone knows he's a Sky member. He's one of the oldest Sky members actually. He joined a long time ago, even before the Lost Islands had started, and he's been a very good R4 of mine ever since the beginning. He's also been spending a ton, hence he actually can show us some things in the whale series. By the way, our server is 574. He is part of the Sky Alliance, in case anyone is curious to know where we are. So let's jump into the first thing and we're going to take a look at the skins. Alright, so you can see he has a red star with the wings and all that stuff in it. The next one that he's looking at is the one that's actually red and blue. So that actually looks really good. If you take a look at that at the right, there's red and then there's blue hues as well. That's pretty cool. He's about halfway through, so maybe in a few months he's going to have that one. And you can see that the next one is going to give him 10 extra soldier ant health. Right now he's already getting 10. If you look down, he's getting gathering speed, hat speed, all soldier attacks plus 50, all soldier defense plus 50, and there's a bunch of other things as well. He has been getting all of the skins that come out, so you can see that he does have most of these new skins that came out recently, so that is good as well. He also, of course, is getting the purple ones. You can see the ones that he doesn't have. That might be a smaller list, so just a few of them, some of the ones that you get when you win islands. Then there's just a few others that he missed, but he may be able to get some of them through those sticks that come out, right? So he has the ability of catching up there. If you go to the March troops, he used to skip a bunch of them before, so you can see there's a big list of ones that he doesn't have, but if you go up, there's also a big list that he does have. And as of now, he's 2 blue stars. He's about to get a 3 purple, and you can see now that's actually starting to give 15% soldier and defense. Before, most of the stats were garrison and duel of queens. Now you're starting to get certain buffs that are useful outside of Duel of Queens and Garrison as well. So that's also pretty helpful. One thing I do want to mention, because this is a common question that people have, right? So this is giving soldier and health plus 2%. This is giving soldier defense plus 2%. People still think that it's only the one that you're using at the specific unit that is giving you the buff. That is not true. All of them are actually giving you the buffs. And what I mean by that is that every single of these that you have unlocked, the moment you have them unlocked, their buffs are added to your list. So if you go at the top right, you can see he's getting all of these buffs in total, right? So all soldier and defense, 92.5%. All soldier and attack, 101.5. Health, 20.5. Obviously, this is not coming from a single activated skin. It is coming from all skins altogether, right? And if you go here, you can see that the numbers that you were looking at, it's actually the compilation of not just the March skins, but also the Anthill skins, right? So all of these buffs that you see, these 2% that you see across the different skins, they're all getting added to your account and you're getting the buff for them. So don't worry. worry, when you unlock it, you're getting it regardless if it's activated or not, right? If that was not the case, then you would imagine that everyone would probably be using the groundhog skin all the time, right? That's the one that's giving 2.5% skill attack, which is definitely better than 2% defense and 2% attack, right? The chat skins, he doesn't use most of them, and I don't think he really cares about them much either, because he's pretty much always using the generic one, even when he has better ones available. Same with avatar frames, he's always using this basic one, although he does have a lot of them, and probably if I was him, I would be using this one, but he wants to use just the basic one. He doesn't like to look fancy or anything. Okay, moving over to the next part of the video. We've already covered the skins, so now it's a good time to go to the genetics. Let's open it. Let's go to the cells. So you can see all of them are 2 red star, and all of them are about level 35 evolution. You can see that the evolution buffs are giving him 25% extra overall attributes at level 35. And to do the next evolution, you can see it's actually fairly expensive, but not crazy expensive. There's 850 minor cell nuclei and 85 big cell nuclei. They also force you to move things along at a similar pace. You can't just have one at level 50 and the others at level 10. You have to keep moving all of them along. And the level ups are giving about 1% at this particular point. You can see the overall attributes he's getting from the cells. He's getting about 2% all soldier health, 112% guardian health, approximately 112% of shooter, and 116% carrier. Then he's also getting 11% all soldiers damage, some skill resistance, and you can take a look at the attack numbers. He's getting about 305% attack for shooters, carriers, and guardians, a little bit less, but not too far off. And of course, there's a 50 combat speed and similar 260 to 300% defense. Now you must be wondering, how is he getting the combat speed and the damage? Well, that's coming from here. Cell Ascent is actually giving certain amount of other buffs that are not from those cells itself, right? So you can see we're looking at some normal attack resistance, some damage, some extra health, all soldier ants health. That's where the all soldier ants health came from. There's skill resistance and the combat speed. Moving along, we can go to the genes, and you can see here, very similar. Everything is 5 red stars, and the evolutions are about level 25, other than the last one, which is probably going to evolve to level 25 as well. You can also see the buffs he's getting from here. They're pretty high buffs, like 100 to 115% health for each of the different classes. There's the combat speed, the attack, it's like 250 to 290%, and then defense is similar as well. Moving over to the germs, similar 5 red stars on all of them, and you can see the evolutions, they're between level 20 and level 25. That's because he can't go past level 25 until he has all of them at level 25. So Slowly and Sally is going to get them all to level 25 evolution. You can also see the base levels. I haven't been talking about them, but he has been prioritizing the shooter and attack one. That's why it's level 26 base level. The others are level 23 and level 22. He's followed a similar pattern in the genes as well. So you can see the genes also, the attack ones were higher level, and you can probably guess that the same would be true for his cells, right? So the cells that give shooter and attack are the highest level. So the germs are giving him between 94 and 111% health. Attack is between 230 and 280, and defense is similar as well. Now the fungi. So the fungi, you can see level 15, level 18, level 21, and level 24. I believe those are the maximum caps at that particular stage, unless they unlock additional ones at a future time. You can also see up here that his priority is the special ant, skill attack, and skill defense. Those ones are level 19. The others are still level 18. And he's evolved it to level 37 across the different fungi. Overall, he's getting between 170 to 200% defense, about 70 to 80% health, and 56.7% skill attack and skill defense. And attack is between 170 to 200. So those are his genetics. Let's move over to the mutation.
And there you have it. He has all of them unlocked. You can see the priorities. So to unlock the last row that you see here, he did have to get about 5 of them to level 39, and therefore you can see some of his mutations are level 39. Now obviously his highest priority that you can see here is at the skill attack, which is sensible because he wanted to get a better skill attack. It helps in PvP, it helps in PvE, especially given that he's a shooter. Then after unlocking the last row, you can see he did prioritize the combat speed a little bit, and you can see he's getting 18 combat speed across the different classes. Now, an interesting thing here is that Giant Jaw is assigned the combat speed, and that is because if you're fighting opponents with the same speed, if they're attacking you, they go first. So even if they're weaker, they can actually end up doing a lot more damage to you because they attacked you, and hence they are going to use all of their skills on you before you get a chance to hit them back. Give a combat speed buff to one of your ants, and this Giant Jaw can actually attack them first, even if it's the one that's being attacked. This can help a little bit in battle as well, because if you are fighting an enemy with same combat speed, which is very common when you're talking about whales, they've unlocked all of the sources of combat speed. The extra speed is quite helpful. It can make sure that they are the ones who win the battle because they hit first, at least with one of the ants, right? The other two are still going to get hit first. Unfortunately, not much you can do with that, but you have a Giant Jaw, which is a huge damage dealer. It can at least do a little bit extra damage to the enemies before they hit you. Let's go to his soldier reforms. Well, first of all, you can see the Guardian soldier reforms already at 60 star. What that gives him is a bunch of additional bonuses that includes counter to shooter ants, defense, normal attack damage, combat speed of 25, health of 10%, attack of 2.5%. I'm not really sure why they would have a 2.5%, but anyway. Then there's control resistance of 10%. Then there's a Guardian attack of 25%, which is significantly higher than the one that they talked up there. I'm not really sure if that is actually special and skill attack, but anyway, it's his attack. Then there's defense of 5%, then it is skill damage of 15%, then you're also getting defense of 25%, and then normal attack crit rate of 10%. And as you keep moving along right now, he's getting reduction in the counter effect from carriers to guardians, then he can get more health, and then he can get more skill defense and skill attack, control resistance, more attack, more defense, more health, more attack, more skill damage, more defense, and more health. So clearly this does keep going along quite far. Now, when we talk about level 60, these are giving him 270% attack, 108% health, and then 270% defense. So this is pretty big. So he's getting a ton of stats, and you can see the compilation of the stats we were talking about here, as well as, of course, the ones that he's assigned invasion defense and invasion health, which he's definitely not prioritizing because, you know what, there's better stats that he is prioritizing. If you look up here, he's also getting extra reform boosts, and the way that works is that you give any extra of these items that you've gotten, and it essentially helps get you some additional stats. Right, so once you're at level 60, you can't make it 61, but you can just throw some of the extra items in here and, you know, level it further. You can get some extra attack, you can get some extra defense, and you can get some extra health, right? So overall, at level 5, he's getting 1% health, 2.5% defense, and 2.5% attack. Now, just like any others, there is a cap on it. So to proceed from level 5 to level 6, he has to get the others to level 5 as well, right? So you can't focus on one particular ant type, you always have to do all three. Going to the rare reforms, you can see that right now he has attack, health, and defense level 5. Reform here, it's giving him 60% attack, 4% health, and 10% defense. And this one is giving him a 21% skill attack, 4% health, and 5% defense. And of course, it is also level 5. And it's interesting because if you remember the rare reforms, this one used to be like focused on skill attack. But I guess as you level it further, it also starts giving you other stats as well. I think this one was a pure attack one, but as you can see, it started to give health and defense as well as you level it up further. Moving over to the shooter, you can see again everything level 60, Reform Corporation level 60 as well. And I believe the bonuses they get from these different corporations are pretty similar, and the stat bonuses are also going to be pretty similar. So you can see the compilation of the different stats he's getting over here. 270% attack and defense and 108% health coming from these three, and then of course the corporation ones, and of course the ones that he's getting from the boost system as well. And of course, the rare reform, right? So here, he has that rare reform that actually gives all three, unlike the other one, which was also giving all three that was focused on attack. This one is the one that actually gives all three, right? So 25% attack, 25% defense, and 10% health, again, level 5. This one is a skill defense one. It's at level 4. So now you can see that it's actually giving an 18% skill defense and a 2.4% health. So it's interesting, as you can see, if you level it up to level 5, it's starting to get the attack as well, and the health goes up as well. So just like the other one, it's getting the health and attack. Let's go to this one and see what it gives when you upgrade it further. The skill attack one gets even more health and even more defense, actually a full 5% defense, but of course you need 3 of those items and 1500 growth mediums. Let's go to the one that was the attack one, and upgrading it to level 6 gives you more health and more defense, and a 10% defense. Actually, that's pretty cool in my opinion. It's a big buff. Okay, now let's go to the carriers. So carriers are the class that he's prioritized the least, and probably he could get it all the way to max. I think he has enough items to do that, 2,350 and 2,359, but I think he doesn't want to waste his reform growth mediums on this, for now at least. His reform corporation is also at 55 star as opposed to 60, which means that he's missing a few of the extra buffs. He did prioritize getting the attack all the way through, so he is getting 270% attack, defense is at 230, and health is at 92, partly because he wasn't really using carriers until now. And you can see the compilation of the buffs that he's getting from here. And let's go to the rare reforms. He has the health one that's also giving a little bit of attack, and as you can see, if you level it further, you get even more attack and more defense, and of course health keeps increasing as well. And then if you look at the other one, it's the defense one, and same thing here, it's getting health increases, and then the attack goes to 10% if you get it to level 5. So those are his reforms. Let's take a look at his insects, and this is going to be an interesting one. As you can see, he does have 2 insects that are at like 106. There's one more at level 82, and then there's another one that isn't leveled up, which is smart because you don't want to be spreading out all of your resources amongst more than 3 insects right now. So metallic stag beetle 106, you can take a look at how he is using the talents. He's pretty much maxed out most of the stuff at the right, and now he's gotten a lot of stuff at the bottom as well, and he's used up his star points like this as well. And you can see it is level 12 ascent, giving him a 12% damage of all types. He is using the helper of striped love, which is good, and he's also using a meerkat insect skin. And if you look over here, getting it from 106 to 107, it just requires a 7-star insect sacrifice. So it's not really asking for ascent shells or exotic fodder, but it is asking for something else. It says activate ascent talent nodes in insect advanced talent, and this is something that you guys are going to see soon because you probably haven't seen it before if you don't have a level 100 insect. But before that, let's take a look at the Phantom Mantis. Again, it is the same thing. It's in the same situation. The talents as well are fairly similar. Most of the stuff to the right, he's already gotten it. He's getting a bunch of stuff at the bottom as well. And of course, he is doing similar with the stars. And in this particular case, the ascent is level 29, giving him a 29% bonus of all types, but it's not allowing him to go to level 30 until he gets another one to level 25. Therefore, he has to get the metallic stag beetle up as well. The third one is his thorny scorpion, and he has the right helper, lava scorpion, which is good. It still has to level up, so it's not yet level 100, so it does require exotic fodder, ascent shells, and other fodder as well. You can take a look at the talents. The right one has been prioritized. The bottom one's still work in progress. The stars are assigned this way, and this one has level 0 ascent. Those are his primary insect, and if you want to take a look, there's the insect promotion tab. And the way it works is that it allows you to use the same resources, the essentials and fodder, and it gives you a certain buff. So the first one is giving the frontline attack at 12.5%, then the next one, frontline health 5%, middle line attack, frontline defense, and then these big ones, you can see it's giving all soldier ants attack, and then, the other similar stuff, middle line attack, frontline health, and if you look at these red ones, all soldier ants defense, all soldier ants health, all soldier ants health, all soldier ants attack and defense. And what it does is that these red ones, they actually allow you to ascend it one more time, right? So because he has 5 of them here, he was able to get it to 105. Go to the next one and you can see that he has 1 of them, which allowed him to go to 106. To get to 107, he would need to get 1 more of them, and you can see it can only be activated when all adjacent talents reach maximum level. So right now these 3 are level 5. He would need to get this to level 5, this to level 5, this, and then he can activate this one as well, allowing him to get to 107. You can see the cost of doing so, right? It's taking about 27,000 insect fodder, which is not a problem, but exotic fodder, it's taking 15,600 and 700 essentials for level 1. As you can imagine, as you level it up further, it might be more expensive. Oh, if you look at that, you see 2 to 3 is about 1,400 essentials and 31,200 exotic fodder. And you can probably see he's trying to get this one next, right? So once he does, he'll get it to 107. This also caps his ability of getting the carrier insect to level 100 because all of his exotic fodder and essentials are being consumed in trying to get this and allowing him to go to higher levels. You can see the overall buffs he's getting here. So 6 total talents unlocked, allowing him to go to 106. He's getting 21% all soldier ants attack, 12.5% all soldier ants defense, 5% all soldier ants health, frontline attack of 62%, defense similar, health 20%, middle similar, 62.5, 25, and then backline 55, 62.5, and 20. That's basically the advanced talent, and that is what prevents him from getting any of his insects to 107. Going over to his buddies, and you can see he has most of them at 8 star, which is interesting. The only ones he doesn't have 8 star are the purple ones, because all of the orange ones are 8 star. He also has the buddy bound. Because of them being 8 star, he's getting a bunch of stats from here: 16.5% attack, defense, 8% health, and skill damage reduction of insect buddies 10% on the orange insects. And then the purple ones, they're giving him about 5%, and once he gets it to 8 star, he's going to go to 10% attack, defense, and 5% health, and skill damage reduction of insect buddies of 5%. He also has the gallery upgrades, so he can push in any extra materials he has to get some extra buffs. So you can see he's getting a boost of 12.6% attack and defense and 12.6% health as well. That's the gallery boost that helps his stats further. And if you go to his highest level 1, this is the lime swallowtail, and you can see it is upgraded to level 41, giving him an extra 13.15% attack bonus, 12% defense bonus, 12% health bonus, 4% buddy damage bonus, and 4% buddy damage reduction. Now you can see you cannot level 1 all the way through. You do need to take at least 1 more with it, and that's why he has another one that is level 30 plus. At maximum level, he would be getting 40% attack, defense, 27.5% health, 10% damage boost, and 10% damage reduction. If you take a look at his special ants, he has pretty much most of them. I think the only ones he doesn't have are a few carrier ones, these 2 and 2 purple ones, but the most interesting of the ants that he has are his S5 ants. You can see this one, Indigo Velvet, it is 7 star unascended. The giant jaw, he's managed to get it to 7 star unascended as well. And I think he got this probably today, so you can see it's not leveled up yet. So he did get fairly lucky today. Azure Crazy, 7 star unascended. He could ascend it if he wants. Golden Chaser, he can actually make it 7 star as well. He has the extra copies. And then Red Velvet, Mimic Crawler, and Rainbow Chaser, you could see he didn't actually get the extra copies of this one. He kept it at 7-star. Bright Ornament, 7-star. He didn't get the extra copies for 8-star. Honeypot Ant, same thing, 7-star. He doesn't usually get the extra copies to make them 8-star, but he did for these old ones, Emerald Jewel Ant and Black Knight. If you take a look at his units, this one is particularly for PvE, Indigo Velvet, Rainbow Chaser, Azure Crazy, because today was Pangolin Day, but for PvP, he uses this unit instead. This is his other PvP unit. He's looking at Black Knight, Bright Ornament, and Giant Jaw, which is actually a very powerful unit, especially if you use Metallic Stag Beetle. He does have the meta of carriers as well, so you can see the Scorpion, then there's Golden Chaser, Mimic Crawler, Honeypot Ant, which is the meta for PvP. You can see the troop boost as well. He has a lot of different boosts that he's getting, and he's getting a bunch of stats from there as well. 32% health, 52% attack, 52% defense. He's also getting skill defense of 31% and skill attack of 31% as well. So a bunch of different bonuses here, which is quite helpful as well. Just go to his Awakening Gallery. You can see a lot of the different awakenings have been unlocked. There's only a few that aren't unlocked yet, all of them being Carrier Ant awakenings, but I think he can get some of them fairly cheaply as well. If you look at it, he has a lot of them at level 10, and a lot of them are actually level 30 plus. So you can see the ones that he's using, they generally tend to be higher level, like the Rainbow Chaser, level 33. You can see Black Velvet was level 35 because he used to use that for PvP before. Or an Elephant, level 34. Again, it was used for PvP before as well as PvE. Honeypot Ant 20, he's using it for PvE. It hasn't been using a lot of carriers for PvP for now. Then you can see White's Berserker, level 30, Leaf Door, level 30, Golden Crystal, level 30. These are the ones that he was using previously for Pangolin. Emerald Jewel Ant, level 40. He was using that for PvP. Black Knight is level 18. I think that one should be level 20 in my opinion, because he does use that in PvP. And then if you scroll down, you can see Reapmaster 31, again the old ones. He doesn't really go ahead and refresh some of them. He keeps them along. I think I'm going to recommend that he does, refresh some of them and start improving the ones that he's using. That might be a little smart as well. Overall, he's getting a pretty decent boost, 90% attack, defense, 36% health. And that's for Guardians. And then the others, he's about 80% attack, defense, and 32% health. Evolution Fungi, you could see he's maxed out a lot of the different evolutions, and he's actually pretty close to maxing out the Excellent Enhance as well, which will then unlock Epic Enhance. He also unlocked a lot of the Assault Soldier Ants evolution tree, and he's already unlocked Assault Soldier Ants. So if you take a look at his units, you're going to see that he is using T11 ants, and he has them for shooters, which looks like this. Then there's Guardians here, and then there's Carriers as well. So he has the full set of the different T11 ants, which is quite interesting as well. Evolution Meteorite, you can see he's getting 75% attack, 75% defense, and 30% health from the evolution boosts, because he has each of those different ants that he needs. For that bonus in the Pioneer evolution, you can see he's already at red. He's now improving them further, giving him some extra stat bonuses. That you can see here, he's getting overall attribute bonus of 2%, and if he levels it up further to level 37, he gets a little bit of an extra attribute bonus, right, from the All Soldier Ants defense plus 100%. This one you can see is maxed out, so he's getting a 5% extra bonus at level 40, which is basically 100 plus an extra 5%, so 105. You can also see the promotions, and essentially what it does is that it increases the maximum level to additional levels. So right now he's limited to 40, he can get that to 50, and then you can see there's evolution skill effect resistance, which increases as well. So that's the benefit of the promotions. Right now he's promoted it to 1 already, and it says that the maximum level is level 3, although personally I think it's going to keep increasing as you reach the maximums. You can see he has deployed these ants here, so he's getting 12%, 12%, 4.8%, and you can see his ascent, so he's getting 60 combat speed, 3% skill attack and defense, and 3% health. Explorer is also already red. He has it promoted to 1 as well, same like the other one, which means skins, and now you can get them all to level 40, which he's in the process of doing so. Ascend is at level 3, giving him combat speed, skill attack, and skill defense. So 60 combat speed, 1.5% of each of the skill attack and defense. Trailblazer is still at yellow. The Ascent is at level 5. We know the bonuses you get: health, skill attack, skill defense, and combat speed. Once he gets it to 30, he'll be able to get this to red as well. The Conqueror Evolution is still blue, but I think soon he'll get it to purple, and then of course it's going to be red as well. Ascent, of course, he's getting the combat speed plus a few other stat bonuses, and you can take a look at the overall stats he's getting. They're pretty good. Even for the Conqueror one, he's looking at about 100% attack, defense, and about 43% health. And of course the Ascent bonuses, here it's more like 180% attack, defense, 73% health. This one is close to 208% attack and defense and 82% health. And if you go to the Pioneer one, it's about 220% attack and defense and close to 90% health. The Ornament Gallery has it at 2 blue stars. Next one is 3 purple. It's going to give him 15% defense. The other stats were okay. There wasn't really stats that could be used in battle, but now he's getting the 15% that would be used in battle, so that's good as well. Insect skins, they give him a bunch of different stats. He has pretty much all of them, so you can see 5% crit rate, 5% crit damage for normal attacks. This one, normal attack resistance. He's about to get this one soon. It'll give him healing as well. Damage reduction of 6% here, 10% extra healing received, a damage bonus of 6%, and 2.5% attack right now assigned here, and then a piercing effect of 4% and 2.5% attack assigned here. Let's go to the treasures, and you can see the first one. He has most of them at level 20, other than the one that gives health. That's still at level 17, but he does have enough to upgrade it. I think the clay, or actually the Moonlight Essence, is the one that's blocking him, which is probably being used in the next page as well, where he's gotten everything to level 15, which is the requirement to unlock the third one, which he has also gotten most of them to level 15. So he's pretty close to getting this one when it unlocks, because I think you need to have everything at level 15 to enable that. Of course, each of them give attack, defense, and health as well once you unlock them, and you can see the overall buffs that he's getting from the treasures is about 220% attack and defense and about 140% health, as well as some crit resistance, special length skill defense, and special length skill damage reduction, which is great as well. Going over to the troop camp, if you take a look, these T10 ants, they can actually be enhanced or mutated to T11, and the process is as simple as just clicking this and boom, the T10 are gone and you got T11. It's as simple as that. We can do it here as well. You can see it's a pretty significant boost in stats, so that's pretty good. The march speed didn't go down, which I'm pretty happy about, and you just click it and you get the T11, which is amazing as well. Now you could also enhance them, right? So if you're looking at the enhanced version of T11 Guardians, there's obviously the attack and defense buff, but you're also getting a block rate, which essentially means that it reduces the damage taken off this squad. If you look at the carriers and you try to enhance that, you get an extra dodge rate, which is of course great for carriers, although it's probably part of a previous meta. Dodge is still helpful for particular cases. And if you go to the shooters, here you go, you can see you get a crit rate of 5%, which is good because it increases the damage that you can do. And now we're going to go over 2 mine reports. One of them is going to be for his Guardian unit, and the other one is going to be the shooter unit, and that way you can take a look at his stats. And let's start with the Guardian one. You can see 3,621% attack, 3,622% defense, almost 304% skill attack, about 285% skill defense, and a little over 1550 health. Combat speed is 1095. Of course, in the first row, he had Black Knight, so the combat speed is a little higher there, 1135. And of course, he has 75% damage mitigation and damage amplification as well. And if we move over to his shooters, you can see his attack is nearly 4,000%. His defense is closer to 3,500%, which is normal because we know that his priority was attack in the specific stuff we went through. Skill attack is close to 302% or 320, and the one that has a skill attack mutation, about 286% skill defense and around 1,500% health. The combat speed is 1,095, and the damage mitigation and damage amplification is the same. And that covers Ukr0n's account. Hope it was helpful for you. Hope you liked it. Let me know if you want to see other people in the whale series. I don't know how many more I'm going to do. Maybe one more, maybe 2 or 3 more. If you knew how many days it took me to actually edit this video, you'd understand why I'm so hesitant in doing a lot of whale series videos. It takes a lot of time, right? But if it's something that you guys really value, of course, I'd be willing to put in the time to make more whale series videos for you. And that's all I have for this video. There's no sponsorship message with this video this time because right now we don't have an active sponsor. If you want to sponsor some of our videos, reach out to me, right? Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in the next one.